think that's gonna work. Is that gonna work for everybody? Let me see. Perfect. I have this set up on, I don't know if they still call it a lazy Susan. I'm not sure if that's still the correct term, but a pass the salt little thing. I got that set up on here. Phone plugged up, light, coffee, morning 5 planner, humans out there. I think we're good. Wow. You ever wake up and I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, do not look at my phone outside of like turning off my alarm in a time for a while. Like even like right now is early for me to be looking at my phone. I usually have it, I try very hard to keep it on airplane mode for like until I go run, just because y'all know, I don't have to tell you. So even this morning I got up, you know, turned off my alarm or whatever, and I didn't see that my battery was almost dead, which is crazy. I know this is like first world problems, but when you wake up in the morning and you thought your phone was charging and then it wasn't, that's rough. You know what I'm saying? Hi, good morning, Heather Parody here. Where am I coming from? I'm coming from, my brain doesn't move as fast as Glenn's. I'm like, where am I from? The other day I asked my husband, like, what's our zip code? I don't know what my deal is. Augusta, Georgia, right outside of Augusta, Georgia. So if you, there's my daughter. She just picked her head out. She's working out in there. We make them work out every morning, which they love. They love it. They love it. They love it. But she's been trying to stop working out. She normally works out when she... Are you working out? Huh? Do you want to come say hi? Do you want to come say hi to the people? Anyway, she's been trying to get up earlier to get her workout done so she doesn't have to do it at the school. Good morning, Glenn. Good morning, Rodney. Good morning, Bella. What was I saying? Oh, Augusta, Georgia. Filling in for Glenn Lundy, who is on Sabbath week. And this week, we don't really have a theme, but we have been going deep AF. Last week we talked about death. This week we've been talking about like suffering. So I've just been putting everybody in a real good mood. A real good mood. Getting a little extra country. What is today? Today's Wednesday, September the 3rd. Quote of the day. I got toasties on this. I like toast. Life is a garden. Life's a garden. Dig it and you'll make it work for you. You'll never give up, man. That's my philosophy. Hold on a second. Life is a garden. Dig it and you make it work for you. You never give up, man. That's my philosophy. I feel like this comes from James McFarland. James McFarland, is this your quote? Is this yours? Because I feel like you're like saying something. You know, like there's a quote you put on a wall and there's a quote like people just say something to you. They're like, yo, life's a garden and you need to dig it and it's going to work for you. You never know, man. That's just my philosophy. And I'm out. That's pretty badass, dude. Actually, that kind of goes into something I was going to share with y'all today. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Now, if you're new around here, if you're watching on the replay, if you're like, what is going on? This is a morning live show that is done Monday through Friday, every day at 5:30. And if Heather is hosting, 5:32. And we gather here to set intention for the day, to set the day apart, set the day apart from other days, set the day off on the right foot, because as we say around here, the way that you start your day will change your life. You wake up scrambling, you wake up in a bad mood, you wake up looking at news, you wake up letting the world, as Jim Rohn will say, make a plan for you. or you wake up and you set an intention and you make the plan for yourself. So whether you do that here live or you do that alone privately and you watch the replay later, we're so grateful that you are here. Glenn Lundy is normally the full-time host here. I'm his friend who steps in here and there whenever he says he needs me, and it's a joy to be here with you today. I was trying to think about what yesterday was. Yesterday was Taco Tuesday. We do Taco Tuesday here as well. It's very serious. We do Taco Tuesday and we do Taco Friday. It's not healthy, but it works. It really does. We go out to Mexican usually every Friday night, and then we have Taco Tuesday at the house. I know, it's a problem. It's a problem. Great day yesterday. I worked primarily at a coffee shop yesterday, and then got together with a friend, and I had a couple of meetings. I signed up for my other marathon yesterday. Marathon number 3. Going to Nashville this time. My husband was like, why can't we just go to Atlanta? And I'm like, because I already ran Atlanta. I already did that. Are y'all like that? You like need to do something different every goal? I'm like, I already ran that. Plus that was hilly. Atlanta is a hilly place. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I feel like I have to set very measurable, kind of big, usually competitive goals for me to stay motivated. Like I really admire Don Sankey. What you do is just sick. Like it is so cool. Like this man has not like missed a day in the gym for like 28 years. I don't know. It's crazy. I know it'd be a little dramatic, but for real. But for me to like stay motivated to run, it's like I have to go sign up for a marathon because I'm competitive and I got to go see other people run, which makes me want to run faster. You see what I'm saying? Maybe need some therapy for that. Maybe need some therapy. I don't know. But I'm pumped. I'm excited. So Nashville in April. And today's Wednesday. So, we got to say good morning to each other. I'm sorry. Boom, booch, boom, booch, boom, booch, boom, booch, boom, booch. This is a part of the show. Or I say good morning to you. You say good morning to me. I can't believe I do this on the internet. Brian said something to me yesterday. He's like, what did he say? I put out something on the internet. I don't know. And I was like, that was dumb. I shouldn't have put that. And he's like, oh, don't worry. It won't live forever. And I'm like, oh, but it does. Where's your cup of tea, Heather? I got the coffee. You know me. I still got my boyfriend with me today. So good morning, Bella. I don't have any music for you guys this morning. Super sorry about that. My husband's in the gym working out where the music is at, so it's all his fault. I'm saying that really loudly so you can hear me. Trisha Rue, good to see you. Tosh Queen, of course, Glenn Lundy is here. Amazing. Rodney, howdy. Rodney, are you at the gym? I saw you were going to the gym in the mornings. Are you there? Of course, Don Sankey's over there lifting. Russell Tabone, good morning. Hello. And to all the replay viewers, I love you. You're amazing. Let's go replay. Oh no, I forgot my book. Dang it. Oh well. I had something I was going to read to you, but apparently I wasn't supposed to. So I'm just going to try to remember it for my memory. What's up, Saul? Marathon number, thank you. I have a goal. My goal is I want to, and I'm scared saying it out loud because then it becomes more real, but my goal is to finish where I can qualify for Boston. That's a big goal. That is, I looked it up yesterday for my age group, 330. I finished last time 340, I don't remember, 6, 7. So it's like shaving off 20 minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a hell of a lot when you're running that far. So that's my goal, and I'm sticking to it. This morning, I wanted to talk about getting feedback. I was reading this morning Steven Pressfield. He's the author of The War of Art, not The Art of War. Let's not get it confused. Those are two different books. He is the author of The War of Art, plus many, many, many books, fiction books, screenplays, movies you've probably seen. He's been behind them. He's kind of one of those folks in Hollywood that people don't know, but is very involved. He's a storyteller at heart, and he's written a lot of books on creativity and the writing process for folks who get stuck or feel like they're not creative or wonder about how to tap back into that still small voice that is giving them some ideas. And one of his books is called The War of Art, which is one of my favorite books. And he told a story this morning about when he got an idea, a brilliant idea for a new book. He went to his publisher, got it approved, and then he set off to writing it. And it took him 15 months to write this book. 15 months. Folks who do novels, I think this is pretty common. It takes a while because they end up doing a lot of research about what the topic is. They go through multiple revisions. I've heard Elizabeth Gilbert, Stephen King, any of those folks, like it's a couple of years process writing a book. So he spends 15 months writing the book, and he said he finally turned in version 10 of the book. Because books have to go through many revisions. And he hands it in to his publisher, and his publisher says, "This sucks. This sucks. Go back to the drawing board altogether. The foundation's not there. There's a lot of big structural mistakes. Like, this isn't going to work. The 15 months that you spent pouring your heart and your soul into this book, start again." So Steven Pressfield, the wonderful Steven Pressfield, who is a badass pro, he gets pissed and he is like, F this. He throws a hissy fit. This is what he says in his book. There was a complete hissy fit. And then he has a chapter called Pro versus Amateur. Right after that, right after he tells that story, pro versus amateur. And he talks about the decision that we all have to make when we get feedback and we have a decision with what we're going to do with it. And are we going to metaphorically lay down that project and that thing, or pick it back up, adjust, and keep going? And yesterday we talked about really the suck that you have to go through when following something, And sometimes it's easy to demonize the suck because we're like, this is just the price we pay for following our dreams and going after it, And sometimes like physical resistance is easier to deal with than emotional resistance. That sometimes even comes in the form of feedback. I think there's a difference between feedback and people hating on you. That's why people always say, look at the source of who's giving you the feedback. But this guy, Steven Pressfield, this is his publisher. This was somebody who's walked with him through thick and thin. This is somebody who he trusts. This is somebody who knows what he's talking about. And he said, go back to the drawing board. So amateur versus pro, he had a choice to make. And he said after a few days, he went back and looked at everything that the publisher had said. And he's like, dang, he's right. He's right. I'll stop there. That's where I read this morning. But yesterday I was on a walk with a friend who gave me the most spot on feedback I have heard in a long time. I'm talking about the feedback that you're like, ugh, ooh, that hurts. But wow, was it spot on. Spot on. I have a lot of things that I have been saying I want to do. And we have so many little feet. Not as many little feet as Glenn Lundy has in his house. Our feet are a lot of cat feet. I hear the cats running around. I mean, there's a lot of things on my, heart that I know I've been called to do. And I have like these, let's just, projects here. And sometimes I pick up the project and I run with it. And sometimes I just leave it there. And this friend told me, says, isn't it interesting how much you fill your plate up with little things? And you keep yourself busy so you don't have to finish what you said you started or wanted to finish. And I was like, damn. Isn't it interesting, Heather, how you are constantly saying yes to a million things and doing things for, whatever, and you're constantly putting your stuff on the back burner? What are you avoiding? Literally called me out. And yesterday, I had this moment, especially when I got back in my car and I left, and I was like, you're either going to say, that was a great conversation and some great insight, or you're going to let it seep into your bones and you're going to do something about it. And that's the difference between pro and amateur, right? You get the feedback, you get the hard critique, and you decide what you're going to do with it. Are you going to give up? Or are you going to grow and apply? Because resistance sometimes comes in the form of hurt feelings. And sometimes those hurt feelings, the feelings need to be hurt, right? I'm also really grateful for people in my life who can do that. Y'all have those people in your life where they'll call you out on your BS and they'll tell you the truth, not in an asshole way. I'm sorry I cuss a little bit. I'm probably not supposed to. I'm sorry. Not in a horrible way, but in a, I love you, I see you, I want to support you, I want you to grow, and I want you to do the same thing for me. Like, let's not play small. Those people are rare, but man, when you have them, hold on to them. Because the folks who will, just let you be who you are right now and not want to see you grow. That's not real family, So I needed that butt kicking yesterday. Stephen Pressfield needed the truth from his publisher that says, man, I'm sorry you spent 15 months on this, but this isn't going to work. And it hurts and it sucks. But that is where we talked about yesterday. You really figure out what you want. You really know, you figure it out. If I really want to write this book and it to be excellent, am I going to receive this feedback and this suck? Do I really want to run this marathon again? Am I going to run when it's freaking 30 degrees again in December? Do I really want to finish this short film and actually do it? Then I'm going to have to say that, go through this suck of saying no to other things. You know what I'm saying? So it's so simple, isn't it? It's so simple. But it's really hard. It can be really, really hard. Man, I love this stuff. I love the growth. I love talking about the thing underneath the thing. You know what I mean? Like there's the physical things that we see and there's the thing underneath the thing, which is the real stuff, the heart, soul, spirit, the game we're playing internally that actually is the catalyst for what happens on the external. It's wild. Anyways, I'm sorry, y'all. I just went off on a rampage, not even saying howdy to y'all. Listen, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. What is it? Yeah, I need to go ahead and get to running. Patricia, or perhaps they're seeds and they're grown in the right season. Amen to that too. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? All right. I'm going to go run. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll be with you tomorrow and the next day. And as always, if you are in a weird season and you need some support, these people can be here for you. So I try to say this at the end of every show, but if you're watching this and you're not necessarily in this community, reach out to the people in this community. These are some good, solid people who will have your back, who will be honest with you, who will support you, who will go with you through the thick and the thin. And you sometimes just have to reach out, which I'm not very good at. I've had to learn how to do that. But if that's you, please send a DM, reach out to somebody today. We're not supposed to do this life thing alone. I don't know why I'm doing this. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. Mwah.